The Triple Played contract has come back to Black Ops 3 for the second time in 2 months, and with it, we now have the option to be able to work towards another Triple Play bundle of a melee weapon bribe, a ranged weapon bribe, and a bundle of 10 supply drops in exchange for 100 wins while the contract is active. Now, of course, as of this going live, the contract is only live for a little bit more, so if you guys have not activated it yet, make sure that you do so, but if it is activated, you have an unlimited amount of time, or at least until the next contract you want to activate comes around before activating that one. So that time frame, that window, is when you can get those 100 wins. So it could be a couple of weeks, it could be a couple of months. Now, assuming you have the current one active and everything like that, I want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown because I've been trying to grind out meticulously and in a very rushed manner my last Triple Play bundle that I did not end up getting to complete as of the time of this one going live this weekend. So I've been trying to grind it out and get it so I can activate it before it goes away, and then essentially take advantage of both. And in the process, as time was going by, I saw a lot of people asking, just in general conditions and on different platforms of social media, what's the best way to progress through these in the shortest amount of time? So we're gonna be taking a look at that here today, giving you guys my tips here on this, and of course, some of these may work better than others for you. It just really all comes down to your personal preference and your playstyle. So we're gonna break this down into two different categories here, one for solo players and then one for players who like to play in a team. I personally play solo, and I think solo might limit you a little bit more, but of course, there's still ways to do it for both sides. So jumping in firstly with the solo strategy here, my best suggestion would be to play hardcore free-for-all. The games are short, about 5 minutes per game. Sometimes you'll have some that do get a little bit closer towards that time limit, but for the most part, all my games on average are about 4 to 5 minutes, maybe sometimes upwards into 6. But if you compare that to another standard game that will take you roughly 10 minutes, I'd gladly take half there by comparison. Also, the chances of winning are right off the bat pretty decent. With a max of 8 people, you have just under a 40% chance of winning without even spawning in. The top 3 always count as a win, and sometimes, for that reason alone, I quite enjoy the mode. Now, previously, gun game I think would be the best out there, since games would last roughly 3 to 5 minutes and still held on to that FFA model of the win statistic and the top 3, but with it being removed, it doesn't quite help right now. But if it does end up getting added back in the future and there's not another Triple Play activated before that time, of course, if you do have some wins to go at any point in time, that could be something that is a viable option. But more or less, the best way that I have seen progressing through this on my current contract, that being the older one, hardcore free-for-all was the best option here and definitely was a breeze to go through. I think comparing some of the time that I've gone with some of my other friends, I've completed about 30 wins in about the time that they have done 10 to 15. Now, of course, also one of the advantages here with this as a solo player is that you don't have to worry about a team holding you down. I'm more so primarily just a TDM player outside of these sorts of challenges, and I'm sure you guys can imagine that by playing TDM and as a solo player, you'll end up getting the short end of the stick a lot of the times. You don't have a team to help you out a lot. You don't have a team to really help you out a lot, and as such, you start to lose games. And trying to do it efficiently, if you're confident in your skills, why need teammates? Go for hardcore free-for-all. Now, switching over to the team-based component here of my little bit of advice for this contract, we need to make sure that it's 100% abundantly clear that the purpose of this video is an emphasis on speed, how to unlock your Triple Played as efficiently and as fast as possible. And while a lot of people may conglomerate towards the Domination, Hardpoint, and other such models, to me, I think there are a few better modes out there that you can choose as a team. And it might sound odd, but the first one that I would definitely suggest is TDM. Rack up a 4, 5, 6-man party and just stomp in TDM. And again, if you guys are confident in your skills, you definitely will be able to pull off some quick games, some 5-minute, maybe even less games in which you get that 100-point limit and you just roll through your entire enemy team. Another good one is Uplinked, I definitely think, especially if you guys end up playing objectively, because once again, there is a time limit, yes, but each half is 10 points for the uplink. So you can do that in a matter of, say, maybe 2.5 minutes. So if you have somebody consistently just running a loop on the uplink, you can end up ending the match very quickly. Now, another one that is kind of out there, but not necessarily the best, because it does really depend on how much your team can work together and if you go up against some teams that are either good or not necessarily so good, Search and Destroy. With a 4-round limit, of course, yes, you can do quick matches like that, but a lot of times it's not as consistent in terms of how quickly you can finish those matches as, say, these other ones. But nonetheless, you want to go for those ones that you can take advantage of the ability to get them done quickly. And of course, there is a way to do that that both solo and with a team. So it really all comes down to what you guys want to end up doing. If you guys are a lone wolf that just loves to pub stomp and just make it known that you're the king of the lobby, you can do it. And of course, if you guys have some friends that you want to party up with, have a good time, get some good laughs all while making some progress on that contract, that's still also very possible as well. But nonetheless, since we're gonna wrap it up once again, just want to give you guys a few quick little tips on what to play, on how to do this as fast as possible. And I think if you guys give it a try, you'll notice a definite improvement in terms of how quickly you can do it. So that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Black Ops 3, both multiplayer and zombies, Call of Duty World War II, multiplayer and zombies there as well, Modern Warfare Mastered, Infinite Warfare, all that good stuff. We got you covered here up on the channel. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said and out of the way, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.